All right, take you now to the Jaguars and the Colts. A couple of debuts for Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson, Shane Steichen debuting as quarterback and head coach respectively. First play of the second quarter, Anthony Richardson says, "I'll rush it into the house, no problem." Colts tie it at 7. First Colts quarterback with a rushing touchdown in first career game since 1982. Tank Bigsby will run it in for the score. The Jags up 24-21. 1 minute to go, Colts down. Richardson rushes right, takes a hard hit from multiple defenders. Richardson is down, would not return to this game. The Jaguars would win this one by a final score of 31-21. So the Jaguars victorious in week 1 over the Colts. Let's listen to Coach Peterson on winning on the road.
I've been around this league a long time to know that you go on the road, division opponent, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a battle. And, my hat's off to our guys in that locker room for sticking it out for the 4 quarters and pulling this one out.
We pick each other up. We feed off one another. That's what makes teams great, and we got to continue to do that. There's going to be a week where we're going to have to pick our defense up. This week, they got some huge stops for us that we really needed. We had some bad possessions in a row, and they were able to come through and get a turnover on downs, just get a stop, make them punt, whatever it was. They played great. Hats off to them.
I'm all right. More so hurt that we lost than my knee, but other than that, I'm good. I just got to get to the drawing board, focus on next week. We didn't win, so I didn't do good enough. But first game, first experience. Felt good just being out there with my teammates. The energy was good. We just got to clean some things up, including myself. But it was fun out there, just being back out there playing football.
So much happening here on ESPN. We have John Sciambi, who's hosting our Sunday night baseball coverage. We'll get to that in just a second with the Rockies and Giants. But, gentlemen, what are our takeaways from week 1 so far?
Well, big picture for me, the San Francisco 49ers are the most complete team in football. Remarkably, last year, only one opponent won a game after they played them, and you could see why. They are so physical. I'm watching Fred Warner tackle people. It's really impressive. So both sides of the ball, the 49ers are the most complete team.
Tim, I have 10 seconds, maybe 15.
Well, since Mike was positive, I'll go negative. Man, I thought people were sloppy. The preseason matters. So many teams not playing their starters. We had quarterback center exchanges. To me, I think you got to be careful doing that. Could cost you in week 1.
Guys, thank you. Sunday night baseball out there in L.A. Tua. 466 yards. If you have him as your fantasy quarterback, you are extremely happy, as well as if you have Tyreek Hill, 215 yards. Tim Hasselbeck, the main stat that I saw in this box score, even though Tua has 466 yards, he left with a clean jersey, 0 sacks. If Tua is healthy, how far can the Dolphins go this season?
Listen, they can go toe-to-toe with the teams that everyone else thinks is possibly the best in the AFC. Look, the Chargers are a really good football team, and they have the ability. Look, they scored 34 points. They have the ability to score. I think that, and Mike said it, Tua playing on time and being accurate with the speed that they have on the perimeter is going to make them dangerous versus anybody. And so I think it's a very encouraging performance, obviously, to see him out there healthy and play well. But as you say, Max, just not getting hit as much as we saw him get hit a year ago.
Michael, last time we saw the Chargers, they were in the playoffs, and they got absolutely embarrassed to the Jacksonville Jaguars. How do you prevent the Chargers from charging, as they said in the past?
Yeah, I think you guys nailed it, which is no sacks. And Justin Herbert and Kellen Moore really held up their end of the bargain. And when you have Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, and you can't get at least 1 sack given the amount of times that it was 45 passing attempts, you have to have at least one consequential play. At the end, Vic Fangio, the new defensive coordinator of the Dolphins, was able to close it out. And that's the big question mark now going forward. To prevent that again, Max, is they have to be more productive up front with those edge pass rushers.
Well, Tua, we know one thing about him. He loves week 1. Last season, he threw for a career-high 469 yards against the Ravens. Nearly hit that number against the Chargers on Sunday, throwing for 466 and 3 touchdowns. That's the second most in a Dolphin season opener, behind Dan Marino, who threw for 473 yards way back in 1994. More AFC action for you, Arda.
Yeah, and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu must be working out, at least for week 1.
You'll have to learn how to fall if you don't get hit.
Definitely.